What is up, guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. And right here, we'll quickly do want to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is the Battlefield 1 video that I did a little while ago. It was a couple of days now, I think, where I talked about my first impressions, kind of a little review, just a quick video where I want to recap what I saw, what I experienced, and what I thought of the game. And I just want to specifically talk about the comments people left, not only on that video and me in personal messages, but also other people that have criticized Battlefield 1. Now, the issue here is, this is all a matter of perspective. There is no real right or wrong, it's just personal opinion. It's not black and white. There is a huge grey area where many different views and conflicting opinions can coexist side by side, no problem. But the issue here is, for some people, like a particular game, let's say Call of Duty, or in this case Battlefield, it's like gospel. And if you speak ill of it and you say something bad, then they just take it personally. I'm like, well, what the fuck do you care if another person criticizes something that you enjoy? They're not criticizing you, they're criticizing the entity, that object, that activity, that place, or whatever. And they're allowed to. That's the great thing about it. You're supposed to have some sort of critical thinking ability. You're supposed to approach everything critically. You're not supposed to just take it on face value and just believe everything you hear or everything you see. You're supposed to be critical. You're supposed to do your own research. You're supposed to formulate your own opinions. And that's just how the world is. Unfortunately, there are a lot of dumb people on the internet. And yeah, so they left some stupid comments. And I just want to address those real quick. Now, I'm not going to highlight any specific comment that I saw on my own videos or other people's videos, but I just want to talk broadly so that everyone can understand what's going on. And that is Battlefield 1's beta not being very fun. In my personal opinion, the game looks very well made. It looks like a high quality game. It's not like a bad game or anything. It's very high quality. It's a AAA title, for God's sake. It's gonna be good. But that's only if you enjoy that kind of stuff. And I used to, and I still do technically. But the thing is, the game was just boring. Again, it's very high quality. The graphics are fantastic. The fidelity, the character models, the visuals, the color coordination, amazing. The animations are fantastic. The weapons and vehicles, the time period and era is very cool. However, the gameplay mechanics and just the gameplay fluidity in general is boring. Plain and simply is boring. The novelty of the fact that it's a World War I shooter, World War I FPS game, wore off very quickly. Like I said, I played the Battlefield 1 beta for maybe about 6 hours, and the novelty wore off in 30 minutes. So I had 30 minutes of fun, and then it was like 5.5 hours of just, oh geez, really? And maybe that was because it was a limited view of the game, it was only a piece of the puzzle, and maybe it was because we only had one map and a very limited playstyle. I don't know what it was, but personally, I didn't enjoy the game as much as I thought I would. Because when I played the Battlefield 4 beta, or alpha, or whatever it was, I thought to myself, wow, this is amazing. I cannot wait to buy it. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. However, I just didn't get that feeling with Battlefield 1. And again, I'm trying to justify it by saying it's perhaps because of this reason or that reason, but I can't pinpoint it quite clearly. I can't put my finger on it. However, all I know is what I feel when I play the game, and that is boredom. I did not have as much fun as I thought I would. And the gameplay mechanics, the gameplay itself, the general feeling of the game was just mediocre. It wasn't very fun. Now, your opinion might be different, and that's okay. It's not a problem. However, for me personally, the game just didn't live up to the expectations. Perhaps the hype was too much, like No Man's Sky. I made a video on that as well. Maybe the expectations of what we had about the game was unrealistic. Maybe the game was just hyped up too much. Maybe the developers didn't have enough time or enough resources. I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is that when I played the game, when I played the beta, I thought to myself, this is a good game. It's well made. It's high quality. But it's boring. I'm not going to play this for the next year and a half or 2 years like I did with Battlefield 4. And with Battlefield 4, I sunk in about 400 hours, maybe 500 hours into the game. So that's a lot of hours. Let's say that I did buy Battlefield 1. I very much doubt that I would sink in 200 hours, let alone 500 like I did with Battlefield 4. But anyways, this was just a video to address people's stupidity and the weird comments that I got and other people got. I mean, I only got like 1 or 2 of them and they got spammed anyway, so it's fine. The majority of the comments I saw were on other people's channels, obviously bigger channels, and there is just a lot of ignorance and people don't understand that this is just personal opinion. There is no right or wrong here. That's personally what I feel. You might feel something different, and if you do think differently, then please feel free to put in the comment section below. We can talk it out there, no problem. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. That's all I want to talk about. I want to thank you all for tuning in and listening, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.